The scream never came, only a whisper that cut deeper than any siren ever could. In the bright afternoon outside a sun-baked gas station, a small barefoot boy clutched the torn sleeve of a biker's leather vest, his lips trembling as he breathed out the truth that shattered the calm of the day: strangers had taken his sister. The engines were still warm, the sky painfully blue, and in that single fragile moment, time seemed to crack open as hardened men realized a child's world had just collapsed in their hands. If you believe that kindness still matters, that strangers can become protectors, take a second right now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Threads of Kindness. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need hope and reminds the world that second chances still exist. The boy's name was Aaron Hale, no older than 8, his face smudged with dust and fear, his eyes too old for his years. He had been walking since morning under the harsh daylight, following no road in particular, just moving away from the place where his sister vanished. The bikers had stopped only for fuel and water, a loose brotherhood of riders led by a quiet man named Rafe Calder, whose calm presence masked a past filled with mistakes and redemption. Around him were men and women who had seen enough darkness to recognize it instantly when it brushed against a child's shadow. Aaron's story came out in broken pieces, shaped by panic and exhaustion, but the meaning was clear. His sister Maribel had been taken near a roadside fruit stand while he was distracted, and the adults who should have protected them never came back. There was no police station nearby, no phone in the boy's pocket, only the relentless sun and the growing fear that every passing minute pushed his sister farther away. The bikers listened without interruption, their laughter gone, helmets forgotten on the pavement. Rafe felt the familiar weight of choice pressing against his chest, the kind of moment where walking away would be easy and unforgivable. They moved fast, not with reckless anger but with purpose sharpened by care. One rider stayed with Aaron, giving him water and shade, while the others fanned out along the highway, scanning parking lots, construction sites, and dusty side roads where bad things often hid in plain sight. Engines roared back to life under the midday sun, their sound echoing like a promise that this child would not be left alone again. Rafe followed instinct and experience, remembering how predators relied on speed, confusion, and the assumption that no one would chase. The search stretched on, tension thickening with every mile. Traffic flowed lazily, unaware of the quiet race unfolding beside it. Then, near an abandoned roadside motel bleached by years of heat and neglect, something felt wrong in a way Rafe could not ignore. The bikers slowed, eyes sharp, hearts pounding, the weight of Aaron's trust riding with them. Inside a shadowed courtyard, they found what they feared and hoped for at the same time: Maribel, frightened but alive, guarded by men who had not expected resistance in broad daylight. What followed was not violence for its own sake, but a stand drawn clearly and firmly. The bikers' presence alone shifted the balance, years of solidarity and unspoken rules standing taller than threats. Authorities were called, witnesses gathered, and the truth surfaced quickly under the unforgiving sun. When Maribel was finally reunited with her brother, the relief in her small arms wrapping around him made every mile, every risk, feel insignificant. As the day settled into a quieter afternoon, Aaron sat between the bikes, holding his sister's hand as if the world might steal her again if he blinked. Rafe knelt nearby, not as a hero, but as a man reminded why he chose a better path years ago. In that moment, redemption was not loud or proud, it was soft, human, and deeply real. The bikers rode away later with lighter hearts, knowing they had changed the ending of a story that could have ended in silence. If this story reached something deep inside you, if it reminded you that goodness can rise even in the harsh light of day, please take a moment to engage with this video and let that kindness travel further. Special request: comment below and tell us where you're watching from and whether you believe strangers can still be heroes. Because sometimes all it takes is one whispered truth, one group willing to stop, and one choice made without hesitation to prove that hope still rides this world's long roads.